Good afternoon, I am Precious Mzeya Sakaleji. Welcome to Camnet TV Midday News. The headlines. Zambia's first Republican president, Kenneth Kaunda, dies aged 97. Temporary fuel shortage due to high international prices, charges and experts. On me with the Midday News in detail after this commercial.
Our achievements in the health sector. As the Patriotic Front government, we have recruited and deployed 27,000 nurses and other health personnel across the country to provide the much-needed healthcare, including the fight against COVID-19, child healthcare, as well as maternity care to all parts of the country. Vote for Edgar Chagwa Lungu and the PF that have brought you change.
And now the Midday News in detail. Zambia's first Republican president, Dr. Kenneth Kaunda, had died. Secretary to the Cabinet, Dr. Simon Miti, has confirmed the development to the nation. Dr. Miti says Dr. Kaunda was admitted to Minesoko Hospital in Lusaka on Monday after a short illness where he has died peacefully. And Zambia's serving Republican President Edgar Lungu has declared 21 days of national mourning in honor of the late Dr. Kaunda.
It is with deep regret and sorrow that His Excellency Dr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu, President of the Republic of Zambia, announces to the nation and the international community the passing of our beloved founding father, icon and global statesman, His Excellency Dr. Kenneth Kaunda, first President of the Republic of Zambia. Dr. Kaunda, who was admitted to Minesoko Medical Center in Lusaka, died peacefully this afternoon at 14:30 hours. His Excellency the President has since declared 21 days of national mourning in honor of the late Dr. Kaunda. During this period, all activities of entertainment nature are suspended with immediate effect, and all flags will fly at half-mast.
Kapijimpanga Royal Establishment Village headman Bailena has disputed allegations circulating on social media alleging that the former Inspector General of Police Ephraim Mateo has died from COVID-19. Speaking when Northwestern Province Police Commissioner Elias Chushi and Provincial Permanent Secretary Willis Manjamena visited the funeral house in Solwezi, headman Bailena says Mr. Mateo had died from high blood pressure. The headman, who spoke on behalf of Venakulu family of the Kapijimpanga Royal Establishment, says the family is saddened and shocked about the death, adding that the government has already provided transport to take family members to Lusaka to pick up the body. Headman Belena has since thanked the government for the support rendered.
Nove kisemi tuhaikara naruka tajo na mambo ya rufura wa Mateo bahati kufa kesha kuma 22 hours ya bufuku. Tutsipano pakiziro bakisemi babine kuyimana kuya kurusaka pano konka kurusaka kwa kukafuma zuba zotukajika kana ketu ayuka kana pamande mubizikureta ketu akiyuka ne pano kubura ko ntandake kubamba ba Mateo bafuira mukipatera kya Minesoko Hospital. Nove kisemi mwane tuzina buranda bukatampe kabizi twatambwira ba PS ne ba Commissioner of Police abo betu pa motoka yetu enako nove bakisemi kuyana kurusaka na kusenda mubizi kabizi ke kusantira ki kafrumende hauno kafrumende twa musantira pamingiro yo ayingira mwayuka kwitupa motoka kufuma kuno kufa kwa Mateo ketu akiyukishane kine kikora nove kisemi ne mambo twadzikwebeka tubazinga mukipatera no malaria no BP yo iba shupirenga BP pano abibi ashara ketu akiyuka ne twayuka ko kwamba BP yo iba kwatsire kime kyo bazinga mukipatera pano biashara mwantu tukyange ukiwa confirm mambo ke twakiumvisha no kisemine.
In other news, erratic fuel supply, which has hit most districts of Eastern Province for a month, has persisted with Nyimba, Petauke, Sinda, Katete and Kasengwa, has angered the residents of these areas. In an interview, some Chipata residents have expressed concern over the shortage being experienced in the province, stating that this has disrupted economic activities. Jacob Mwanza, a resident and motorist, says the fuel shortage has impacted negatively on farmers who are still harvesting, as they cannot manage to transport their produce from the farms to storage facilities.
The campaign time, this is harvesting time. Our farmers who have tractors, who have lorries, and they are ferrying produce from the farms, they are badly hit. Sometimes they make arrangements, so it's almost a month now, which is not good, especially for Eastern Province as a farming block. We are really badly hit.
Okay. So we've noticed, is it the whole lot of the filling stations, or it's just in dotted?
Almost all the filling stations. You know, we have about 5 filling stations here in Chipata. Oasis, Puma, Engine, and what have you. But by yesterday, only Oasis had fuel for the whole week. Only today, I think, that's when total filling station has some fuel. But the others, like Puma, it's almost 5 days now they don't have. Engine, it's almost a week now they don't have. So it's really very, very bad. We don't know whether it's sabotage, whether it's deliberate, whether we just don't know and we can't understand. Because this is a very precious commodity, especially during this time of the year.
And energy expert Johnston Chikwanda has charged that the temporal shortage of fuel such as kerosene, among other oils, is as a result of price increase on the international market. In an interview with Camnet TV, Mr. Chikwanda explains that the current fuel prices have been hiked internationally, making it difficult for the private fuel dealers to order the commodity. Mr. Chikwanda explains that this means that government should come in and subsidize the purchase of fuel than leaving it in the hands of the private dealers. Meanwhile, Mr. Chikwanda has commended government for maintaining fuel price stability for at least 1 year, 6 months.
I've noted that the prices initially were falling down when COVID came in, and then as world economy started opening up, the prices started building up, and the prices have been escalating up to where they are now, almost $70 per barrel. We have also noted that a number of countries in the sub-region have been increasing fuel pump prices. However, in Zambia, we have not had any fuel price increase. The last fuel price increase in Zambia was in December 2019. From December 2019 to date, there has been no fuel pump price increase. This means that the prices have been stable, and this goes to demonstrate government's commitment to stabilize the pump prices, because it has never happened in a very long time that as a country we can go 1 year, 6 months without adjustment to the fuel pump prices. This is very much commendable, and we know that it is very, very challenging because of what is happening globally, the prices shooting up and down, and for government to sustain the pump prices at the way they are, it is something that is commendable. And I want to place it on record to commend government for what they have done by keeping the prices stable for more than 1 year and 6 months. This is how it should be, and I'm encouraging them to continue pursuing other different approaches of stabilizing the prices. The answer is not always in increasing. There are different approaches that can be used.
Bars and Nightclub Owners Association of Zambia has rejected directive by the government that their business only operate from Friday to Sunday evenings. In an interview with Camnet News, Association Secretary General Edmond Lifwekelo argues that the Lusaka City Council LCC has been issuing trade permits to bars and nightclub owners for daily operations despite them being aware of the President's directive that bars can only open from Friday to Sunday. Mr. Lifwekelo adds that every sector is affected by the current economic challenges, adding that bars and nightclubs cannot afford to only operate for 3 days with few hours.
Following the announcement by Secretary to Cabinet Dr. Simon Miti that bars and nightclubs will now operate from Friday to Sunday evening, Bars and Nightclub Owners Association of Zambia Secretary General Edmond Lifwekelo has challenged this decision. In an interview, Mr. Lifwekelo argues that President Edgar Lungu has never directed that bars operate on a daily basis, but that the Lusaka City Council has been issuing bars and nightclub owners with licenses to be trading on a daily basis for a fee. He adds that bars and nightclubs, like any other business, have been affected by COVID-19, but that closing them will completely collapse their businesses.
That's why yesterday's position, as announced by Dr. Mead, we're saying to us as an association, it doesn't change things. Because that hasn't been official position that bars should open 3 days in a week. And that's how we started in the beginning. We went to the councils to say, we have got this bar license. Can't you convert them into retail license? The councils refused. They saw an opportunity to make money. They told us, if you want to start operating on a daily basis retail, you have to get these licenses. Each license costs 4,800. I thought I haven't come with a receipt. I could have showed you 4,800, which were made to pay despite the hardship we went through that time.
He adds that members of his association have refused that they will not close bars but continue to operate while adhering to the prescribed guidelines.
Us right now, I'm telling the government, this is from our members, they have refused. They have rejected it. And through our various social media channels yesterday, we issued instructions to our members to disregard that statement which appeared yesterday. Even the first time it appeared, government rubbished it as fake news, but we knew it was the truth. And then it came back on our government confirming it. So to us, I think we say we're not going to allow to that. And there's hunger amongst our members. This is a business which is just hand to mouth. There's no savings. There's literally no saving which anyone is to talk about.
He further says bar owners are willing to defend themselves from any person who will be sent to shut them or harass them, as was the situation when the first lockdown was announced.
We're open to dialogue. Let government engage us and we talk. Otherwise, I think anything other than that, we don't want to see confrontations. And this is the last thing, you know. And our message to members is to say, those who have been tasked to enforce a decision like for yesterday should approach this with the utmost care. Because I think we will no longer be cry babies, whereby every Jim and Jack will just enter into a bar with a whip, with a belt, he removes the belt and start whipping people out. You know, our members are now saying that will meet the resistance.
But efforts to get a comment from the Lusaka City Council could not materialize, as the Lusaka City Council Town Clerk Alex Mwansa was still having a meeting with the association by broadcast time. Prudence Chota, reporting for Camnet TV News.
That news item brings us to the end of Camnet TV Media News, but before we go, the headlines once again. Zambia's first Republican President Kenneth Kaunda dies aged 97. Temporary fuel shortage due to high international prices, charges unexpert. Well, thank you for joining me. Remember to always wear your mask, avoid crowded places, wash your hands for at least 20 seconds or use alcohol-based hand sanitizer. I am Precious Mzeya Sakaleji. Stay safe. Good afternoon.